He slid from the sill and stole across the moonlit floor. Behind, at the window, two of his companions insinuated themselves upon the sill. They waited, watching. The boy lay face up amongst his cushions, a dagger's hilt protruding on either side. The assassin stole round behind the cushions, looping the ends of the cord around his hands. Now he was directly above the child. He bent swiftly, set the cord upon the sleeping throat. The boy's eyes opened. He reached up a hand, grasped the assassin's left wrist, and without exertion swung him headfirst into the nearest wall, snapping his neck like a reed stalk. He flung off his silken sheet and with a bound stood free, facing the window. Up on the sill, silhouetted against the moon, two assassins hissed like rock snakes. Their comrade's death was an affront to their collective pride. They leapt into the room, one this way, the other that. Each now held a scimitar in his hand. They spun them in complex flourishes about their heads, dark eyes scanning the room. The boy was gone. The room was still. Never once in 7 years, from Antioch to Pergamum, had these assassins lost a victim. Their arms stopped moving. They slowed their pace, listening intently, tasting the air for the taint of fear. From behind a pillar in the centre of the room came the faintest scuffling, like a mouse flinching in its bed of straw. The assassins glanced at each other. They inched forwards, toe-tip by toe-tip, scimitars raised. One went to the right, past the crumpled body of his fellow. One went to the left, beside the golden chair, draped with the cloak of kings. Behind the pillar, a furtive movement. A boy's shape hiding in the shadows. Both assassins saw it. Both raised their scimitars and darted in, from left, from right. Both struck with mantis speed. A dual cry, gargling and ragged. From round the pillar came a stumbling, rolling mess of arms and legs. The two assassins, locked together in a tight embrace, each one skewered on the other's sword. They fell forwards into the pool of moonlight in the centre of the chamber, twitched gently, and lay quiet. Silence. The window-sill hung vacant, nothing in it but the moon. From behind the pillar walked the boy, bare feet soundless on the floor, his body stiff and wary, as if he sensed a pressure in the room. With careful steps he neared the window. Slowly, slowly, closer, closer. Now his hands rested on the stone itself. He leaned forwards to look down into the courtyard at the bottom of the wall. Nothing. The courtyard was empty. The boy tapped his fingers on the sill, shrugged, and turned inside. Then the fourth assassin, clinging like a thin black spider to the stones above the window, dropped down behind him. His feet made the noise of feathers falling into snow. The boy heard. He twisted, turned. A knife flashed, swiped, was deflected by a desperate hand. Its edge clinked against stone. Iron fingers grappled at the boy's neck. His legs were knocked from under him. He fell, landing hard upon the floor. The assassin's weight was on him. His hands were pinioned. He could not move. The knife descended. This time it met its mark. So it had finished as it must. Crouching above the body of the boy, the assassin allowed himself a breath, his first since his colleagues had met their ends. He sat back on his sinewy haunches, loosened his grip upon the knife, and inclined his head in the traditional mark of respect to the fallen victim. At which point the boy reached up and plucked the knife from the centre of his chest. The assassin blinked in consternation. "Not silver, you see," the boy said. "Mistake." He raised his hand. An explosion in the room. Green sparks cascaded from the window. The boy rose to his feet and tossed the knife upon the pallet. He adjusted his kilt, then coughed loudly. The faintest of scrapings. Across the room, the golden chair shifted. The cloak draped over it was nudged aside. Out from between its legs scrambled another boy, identical to the first, though flushed and tousled from many hours of hiding. He lowered his gaze to the impassive